Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. I am a forgetful fool. Right, so we are now on episode 7 and we've made it to level 58, which is way above level 40, and I've forgotten to craft us a level 70 weapon. Once again, it seems to be pretty cut and dry, the kind of thing that I do. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to salvage up all the stuff that I got at the end of the last episode. Maybe I'll wear that actually. No, we'll just salvage it up. We'll make ourselves a new weapon, and before I do that, very quickly, I'm just going to explain the type of build we're going to be going for. We're going to be going for an Archon build, as I mentioned. But primarily we're going to be aiming for a lightning Archon build. So we're going to have like the Swami up here, we're going to have Fizula's Improbable Chain, we're going to have Deathwish in the cube, we'll have Pig Sticker and the Orb of Infinite Depth, and those are the things that we're aiming for. Knowing that we're going to be aiming for that and Mantled Heal and Paralysis, we can start gearing up correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make us a level 70 dagger. So that fills the slot quite nicely, and we don't have that many resources to try and re-roll it, but fingers crossed we'll get one with a reduced level requirement. That is not a reduced level requirement, but it is quite significant in terms of extra killing ability. So let's see if we can re-roll it. Right, can we get rid of... Yeah, we could get rid of life after each kill. That's probably the best one at the moment, because this has nice stats on it. And really what we're looking for is reduced level requirement. We can do this for a bit. Let's keep the stun actually. This is not going massively well. 5 more times and then we're going to have to get some more resources. So I should have done this ages ago rather than spending our resources on other things. Level requirement reduced by 5. Well, it will help. That is really not much though. So we're going to have to be level 65 in order to use this. A lot of good that's going to be for the moment, but we will put it in the stash. We're going to keep our eyes peeled for other ones that can help us along the way. Right, so we made it to level 50. I wanted to talk a little bit about Chapter 1. We've got to kill Belial, we've got to kill Gom, and those will be the things that we have to finish off Chapter 1. So I think we're going to go and do that straight away. Belial, of course, being in Act 2. Let's get our armor on, and in fact, I can have a very quick look at our skills. So, because we're going for the lightning one, we're actually going to go for static discharge on Arcane Torrent. Let's get that in place now. Not sure what we're going to have for our primary skill yet, but electrocute is a good choice. Maybe Surge of Power. Really ramp up that arcane power generation. Storm armor, we're going to go for Power of the Storm rather than reactive armor. And this is going to be force weapon or conduit, or maybe even deflection. Let's go with deflection. Let's get a little bit of defense in there at the moment. For our skills down here, until we get Unstable Anomaly, I'm not going to get rid of Blur. That's going to be replacing this one, but we are going to need Paralysis eventually. Might not be worth it until we actually get Mantled Heal. Power Hungry we can get rid of now, actually. Let's get Paralysis in there. And rather than Astral Presence, probably Evocation so we can get the Archon down. That'll do for the moment, I think. So it's just a little bit of a changeover. Oh, and one final thing. We're going to have this as safe passage. So if we're teleporting, we're actually running away. Archon. Ooh, actually, let's get these guys getting electrocuted. Right. So Archon, pure power to start off with. Eventually, when we get Veer's set, this will, of course, have every single rune, and we will need lightning damage on our gear in order to ensure that we're a lightning Archon. But until then, it's fine as it is. It does mean that we're not exploding as we hit stuff, though. So we're going to lose some of the immediate damage. But that's fine. So 20% reduced cooldown. And also a reduced cooldown from having Surge of Power selected means we're going to be doing more Archoning more quickly at the moment. Yeah, I quite like Static Discharge, actually. It's pretty good for a rune. Now, there's a lot of things that we need to get. We're probably going to go with the Traveler's Pledge in addition to Death Wish, Mantled Heal. As I've mentioned, the Halo of KORELAN, definitely need that. So it's going to be all about the rings and amulets in order for us to get this build really going. Because while there is diminishing returns on stuns and things, paralysis, we're looking to trigger it as often as possible, because even if you can't visually see the mob getting stunned like that, they will still take the 14,000 damage from that. Yeah, you cast off these petty illusions, mate. We're only going to get a moment. No, right. There we go. Oh, we're stunned. Boom. That hurt him. I'll just teleport over here. Yeah, we're not really that worried about these impacts. We've got enough healing to face tank our way through it at the moment. And of course, with magic weapon deflection, we are getting ourselves a nice little shield. In fact, that shield does get quite beefy, all things considered. Right, so that's Belial gone. We need to also go to Act 3 and kill Gom. Right, now, question is, while we're doing this, are we going to see any special items, legendaries, uniques, drop that we might need? Alright, let's get our explosions going. Now, I'm not going to stand in the middle of all the explosions, but still may as well take advantage of them while they're going off. It does a good amount of damage, and we're not even using the level 70 weapon yet. I still feel annoyed at myself that we've basically done 25 level, or by the time we get to use that one, we'll have done 25 levels with an under-leveled weapon. And I was complaining about the amount of damage we were doing as well. So it's not like I wasn't aware of it. I just didn't connect up the neurons in my brain to do the sensible thing. Right, that's a bounty. It's not why we're here, though. We're here to kill the hungry, hungry hippo. Ooh, geez, that actually jumped me back quite a bit. So the reason I've gone for the options that I have is when we're in Archon form, because we've got the Swami that we're going to be wearing because of the Ring of Royal Grandeur this season, we're going to be able to have Aquilicuris providing this extra defense. In Archon form, we're not actually using any arcane power, so that's going to be another huge bit of damage reduction. Now, I might end up swapping some of these skills around as the build matures a little bit, but it's a good starting point for us to work from. In fact, there'll probably be a link down in the description. I may actually go back to the older videos and update it in those as well, just so that if you've been watching for a while, you may have already seen what we're aiming towards. I've done a lightning-based mage before, but this is going to be the first Archon-based lightning mage. Let's grab that. Teleport is relatively quick at cooldown, but we can't go through doors until they're actually opened. 15% chance to stun is pretty awesome, and it stuns every mob that's affected by the skill. So if you've got something like a meteor landing and hitting a ton of things, they will all end up getting. In fact, let's Archon these guys up. There we go. Getting closer to level 60. Ooh, hello. Yeah, and while we won't have like complete arcane power during the downtime of Archon, we will still be quite significantly powerful in what we're doing. And we'll be able to get it back very quickly like this. Kaboom! Can actually just run on and ignore these guys. Let's make sure that everything is nice and refreshed, and hopefully this will take us to level 60. Hey, Gom! Right, let's Archon. Pound, 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 pound. The Lord of Gluttony is gonna be destroyed. And there we go. That is chapter 1 of the season journey. All completed. Glutton for punishment. Let's have a look and see what we have to do next. So, chapter 2 is where we're going to get our first bits. We are actually getting Veer stuff, which is great. That's what we need. So what do we have left to do on here? Reach level 70. That's going to happen soon. Kill Urziel in a moment. Kill Queen ARANEAE in a moment. Cross level 70 ring or amulet. And transmogrify an item of the mystic. Well, let's... I just need a tiny bit more and then we can go on more boss runs. So, actually, let's just get a little bit of experience at Halls of Agony level 3. Because it really won't take us much to gain a level. There we go. Right, now we can do those boss runs. And, more importantly, we can put Unstable Anomaly in. So let's just go back to town very quickly. So, Blur gets swapped out for Unstable Anomaly. Good, 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 good. And let's go kill Urziel first, I think. So, 5. Yeah, he's going to be marked on the map at least. Although we could have actually just come straight here. We would have gained enough, enough experience to level up by the time we actually make it across to him. What are you gonna do? Foresight ain't exactly my strongest suit. I'll get that pool of reflection. Always like extra experience. Now, not having disintegrate, of course, the playstyle does change. I'm no longer just going beam, 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 beam. Having to actually plan where I'm blasting stuff. But Arcane Torrent does do a lot of damage. And with the Swami, we'll get the benefit of our Archon stacks for 20 seconds after we leave Archon mode. So that will help us survive in between popping it up. Especially when things like that happen. I think get away! Nope, mate. I'm going to stick around and make sure you get put to rest. (3-6-2-1). Not the biggest hit we've ever done, but pretty beefy. Right, it's really not far away. I kind of don't want to gain a level before I kill him because he will get tougher and we won't get tougher. Well, we will get a little bit tougher, but we'll get negligibly tougher. The Queen, I really won't care about that much, but... But Urziel is a little bit dangerous. Right, that's one level. Not specifically trying to avoid leveling up, but yeah, Black Hole will be the other thing we go for, I think. Black Hole spell steal instead of electrocute. Or, actually, maybe... Going for the Orb of Infinite Depth, we will need to have Explosive Blast. It can't be a sign there, so I'm probably going to have to put it down on one of these. So maybe I'll have this as Archon. Pure Power. And this can be Explosive Blast. Chain Reaction. That will help provide us some damage reduction and other stuff. Oh, I love exploding. Very much love exploding. Okay. So we don't have Electrocute anymore. Do need to pay attention to that. This doesn't really take much fit in terms of cooldown. Maybe I should have waited until the second part of his motion in order to activate Archon. Oh jeez, that was a little bit painful. It's not too bad. Just don't get hit by the massive thing. Oh, we're stunned. This is potentially bad. Right, teleport. Alright, let's back off just for a second. Uh-oh. Whoa, just got away in time. I could have teleported there, that would have been fine. Not terrible, but definitely teaching me some healthy respect for the skill choices I'm making. Alright, we are full of stuff. So what have we got? Have we got anything that's going to give us more immediate damage? This is going to give us more immediate damage. So let's use that. I really don't think anything else is going to be hugely useful at the moment. No. Okay, so what else do we have on this list? Kill the queen. Yeah, let's head back to town. We'll salvage up what we've got. So that can go. And we've got proper gems that we can start using as well, which is great. In fact, while I think about it, what's it going to take us to craft more of these? Okay, that's fine. Well, we'll hold on to them for the moment. So we can actually start building our gem collection. Jing, Jing, and Jing. We'll sell the rest that we have.
How goes it?
And actually, Kadala, let's have a talk about rings just quickly. No, nothing there. We don't have enough death breaths for us to actually get anything by upgrading, so I may as well just salvage these as well. Unless they're better, of course. So we'll use that one. We'll use that one. We'll use this one. Yeah, I think that's better across the board. Salvage, salvage, salvage. Now this has given us enough resources that we could try and roll the level requirement down a little bit on this. But for 4 levels, it's probably not worth it. So, Queen ARANEAE. Let's say hello. Now, when we get the Orb of Infinite Depths, the explosive blasts that I'm doing will be increasing our damage and survivability. So it's good to get in the habit of using it, even though it's not my favourite skill. I much prefer putting other things in that slot, but because it's multiplicative, it's just going to be so useful to us. Hello, spider dudes. Let me explode at you for a moment. Ooh, Death Breath, yes. So that takes us to 4 Death Breaths. We've only got one thing that we could potentially put in the cube, which is Leoric's helmet. And it's probably not actually going to be worth us doing that, seeing as it doesn't affect legendary gems. Let's teleport up this way, actually. No, don't want to be on top of that when it goes off. No, thank you. Just like they did not want to be on top of me when I went off. Right, we'll open this up. Yeah, we're leveling up quickly enough that it's not really an issue for that weapon. Now, is this actually going to go where I want it to, or is it going to end up in a dead end? I think we're in luck. Ooh, Widowmaker. Alright, well, let's just keep this all focused on you. And in we go to the Queen. Now, she's going to run away before we have a chance to actually kill her. Even hitting her with as many stuns as we have there. That's fine. I mean, there's not a great deal we can do about it. We don't do enough damage in burst to stop her doing that. Curses. And she ran away just before our big gun went off. Well, this should hopefully finish her off shortly. There we go. Alright, so we still have to reach level 70 and craft a level 70 ring or amulet and transmogrify an item at the Mystic. Let's head back to town very quickly. And see if we can do any of those with Shen. No, not yet. No, not yet. We're still missing bits. How about... Ooh, that is better. I'll use that. That is better, but will take more damage. That is significantly better, so we'll use those. And this overall is better. And it's a one-handed wand. That's great. Because if I salvage these up, I can now make myself something for the offhand. Do we want to do that? I think we probably do. What else have we got that we could make? No, a source is going to be the way to go. We'll make a level 61 one. In fact, that's... it is a weapon, technically. So is it going to affect critical? No, it's going to do dexterity. That's terrible marking, but it doesn't cost us anything to remove it. Put that in there for now. There we go. Extra intelligence. And yeah, we'll just sell this off because the weapon. Love that. Okay, well, we've got another 2 minutes or so. Let's just see how we're doing in the Halls of Agony. It's a good test because the monster density is quite good here. Yeah, we're still killing things nice and quickly. That's really what I want to see. And also, because we're kind of shooting our skills faster, we would be triggering paralysis more often. and doing more damage with Mantled Heal when we get Mantled Heal, of course. So it's definitely worth us getting used to having that one-handed weapon now. And as soon as we get Pig Sticker, we'll switch across to that. Boom, 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 and then boom. It'll never get old. It will never get old.
How does that feel?
Yeah, overall I'd say I'm pretty happy with the way it feels. It doesn't feel like we're not hitting anything with the stun from paralysis. So everything that is getting stunned would be taking huge hits. So I think that's going to work quite well, especially when we start scaling all of our percentages together. Especially with the Archon stacks and all the Archon abilities that go on with it. We do need to ensure that we have lightning as the primary element on our gear. At the moment we've got fire damage increase, so yeah, definitely need to change that over. But it's not really relevant until we get Mantled Heal anyway. Right, let's head back to town for now, and I think next time we'll run some bounties. But that is it for this episode. It's been a bit of a mini boss run, tiny bit leveling one, so I hope it's been fun. If you have enjoyed this video, be sure to give a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, we'll see you next time for some more Diablo 3. See you soon.